Alright, so the arrow has cooled and cured. The insert is in there. This insert is nice and flush with the entire arrow. This alone will help increase the durability of the arrow, but we're going to take it a step further because I have had shooting these arrows with these inserts on impact causing this part to mushroom. Keep in mind this isn't rare, or this is rare. It's not common. This is when I've tested them against brick walls or they've hit rocks. This part has mushroomed. So to help stop that part from mushrooming, keeping the durability, we are going to have put this aluminum sleeve over this. This protects the tip even more so it doesn't mushroom. Now this aluminum tip is 2018 aluminum, I will say tubing, but I took it from an arrow, as you can see, and it just goes right on. And what's nice is this fits really flush. So anyway, by having this insert over, it strengthens the head, makes it so it will not mushroom, and since it's only this is 1.5 inches past the end, this is not going to interfere with the bow. It's not going to get caught up in a rest or anything like that. So let's get started on this insert. Alright, got the flame going again, and then we're just going to put this footing on just like we did with the insert. So we heat the glue until it starts to get clear on us, and there we go. Just wrap it around again. Remember, this glue will cool. The nice thing about using hot melt instead of epoxy or super glue or something like that is if we want to change it, or if something needs to be adjusted, or even if the tip breaks and the arrow is still good, all we have to do, heat up everything and we're good to go. So just, oops, wrong side. Okay. So now I got it partially on, got to reheat that glue so everything will fit nice, and push it on. Now of course we are going to have extra glue, and that's okay. Just like before, we're going to dip this in water, allow it to cool and cure, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so the arrow has cooled and cured. Let me see, there's a little bit of extra glue, and it's pretty easy to peel off. You just peel the ends off and they'll come off in a ring. What's great about this is you can take that little extra hot glue and I can put it in my little thing and use the hot glue for later. So now we're getting close to finishing, but we do want to put a cover on this, and there's a couple of reasons. One, I am occasionally, you guys have probably figured out, this design I've made by experience. I have occasionally had the glue come loose or the arrows hit something and the sleeve has come off. Also on the targets, this footing has obviously a little lip which has gotten caught on the targets and stuff like that. So to help keep the sleeve in place, we are going to put, this is the 8mm shrink wrap, and we're just going to put it right over. But I have had problems with the shrink wrap rolling up when I'm pulling it out of targets. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the the cool glue, and we're going to put it right around here, which will help keep the shrink wrap in place. So we'll do that. Now the cool melt glue, the low temperature glue, melts a lot faster, and which is what we want. And the reason we're using the low temperature glue is because the low temperature glue melts about the same temperature as the shrink tubing. And the reason we want that to happen is when we put the shrink tubing over the glue will melt and it will actually glue onto the shrink tubing, which will help keep it in place. So this just goes right over. So it takes put a little too much glue on. So we'll just heat it up a little by itself. And since it is low temperature, we can mess with it like this. I could be touching it, molding it to what we want, which is something you won't be able to do without burning yourself with the high temperature glue. There we go. Okay, now just put the thing right over, and we're going to push it on, and we're going to keep, hope you can see it, a little lip over. So it's not going to be flush with the end of the arrow. There's going to be a little tiny lip, and I'll show you what that does. One thing we got to be careful with shrink wrap is a lot of times we get impatient and we want to get it done real quick. But just take your time with it. Keep it spinning. You do not want to basically burn it. If the shrink tubing does get burned, it gets a little rough texture, and a rough texture could affect your flight. So this is looking pretty good. We're probably just about done. So I left a little bit of the tubing to make a little lip over this. So not only is that going to help keep everything in place, it's also going to provide a little cushion when you put your arrowhead or your field point or whatever. When you put it over that, it's going to have a little rubber cushion, which again will help it absorb impact. It will help it keep the footing and everything in place. Now there you are. There's a very strong arrow. By having this on there, this is going to make your arrow way more durable. You could be hitting it off stuff. You could be doing a lot of stuff, and your arrow will survive, because these arrows, I've done the math with the insert, the shaft, feathers, knock, and everything. You're looking at probably about a $25 arrow. Now those aren't fun to throw away, so this helps keeps everything, keeps your arrows lasting forever. This will help you not have to replace arrows if you're in like a survival situation. Having a couple of these arrows with you could last you forever. But once again, keep good care of them. If something does break, it's easy enough to take off the shrink wrap and replace something. So there's the most durable arrow with most accuracy. Obviously there are more accurate arrows out there, there are more durable arrows out there, but this is kind of the best of both worlds. Thanks for watching.